speaking of which, today you have a fair
Yes.
job hiring. What's going on right now? Tell us about that.
Yes, so today is our career fair. It's supposed to be one of our largest. And I saw a live video right now that it is pretty full. You do have to be 18 years old. Right now they're doing a written exam. It's from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's the written exam and then you go into the physical testing. So we ask that they come out with already the PT gear on, ready to go. It's about, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 100 questions. I think I have the questions written. But then right after that, they go into the PT, and then they start the process from there. It's as fast. You can be within the next academy within the next 30 days. So fast as
So
you
they
can.
have to be 18 years old. Do they have to have a high school education, or is that a requirement?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
High school.
And of course, they have to want to be a law enforcement officer.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of them say, no, well, I thought about it. No, I better not. No. Make sure that you do want to be in law enforcement. It's a very rewarding career, well paying. What are some of the benefits that a law enforcement cadet would have from the very beginning?
So right now we have a $2,000 sign-on bonus. So that's huge with the younger crowd. Also, we do have great benefits. That's dental, medical. We also have pet insurance for those who don't have kids that have, furry kids. Yes. And also there's tuition reimbursement. We also have the retirement 2-for-1. I know a lot of younger kids right now don't think about retirement, but I put it in a way is you work 20 years and you can be set. Just stick with one career and you'll be good to go. You can retire at 40, 39, years old. So
Wow.
it's
Of course, you have educational benefits, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have tuition reimbursement. So you go to school. If you made A's or B's, you get that amount of money returned to you.
Huh.
Pay for your education.
You get reimbursed for tuition.
Yes, sir.
Oh, does that include books and all that?
I think it's the total of what you register and go through.
So, okay, somebody's out there listening right now or watching, because we're also on TV, and they decide that they want to go into a law enforcement career. Where's the job fair being held at?
Today it's at 3201 Freeman. It's at the Freeman Coliseum. It's the Expo Hall, number 1.
At Joe Freeman Coliseum?
Yes, sir.
And that's over there on the east side on Houston Street, is it?
It's 3201 Houston Street. And again, they're there till 3 p.m. today. If they can't make it out today, they can test Monday through Friday at our HR. It's at 207 North Cornell. And that's at any time they can reach out to the recruiter to set up a time, and they can test and do the written and the PT at any time. They also have night slots. So if anybody who works a 9 to 5 and can't make it during the day, they can again call a recruiter and they can get that scheduled to do an evening.
That's right across from the jail, right?
Correct.
The
Yes,
building
sir.
right across from the jail,
Yes, sir.
Bexar County Jail or Detention Center.
Yes.
And do you have a number that you can share with us?
It's 210-335-JOBS.
210-335.
JOBS.
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 Okay. So, what are we gonna hear next as far as música bonita para el Mariachi La Ley?
Next, we got Deputy Cruz with Hermoso Cariño.
Órale, dale gas. Hermoso cariño. Muy bonita canción.
Hermoso cariño,
tenía 7, 8 años profesionalmente. Cuando tenía 8 años empecé profesionalmente con un conjunto tocando, ¿verdad? Y siempre he seguido, en cualquier parte, bueno, yo estaba en el servicio militar, pero en cualquier parte donde me estacionaban con el Air Force, siempre seguía la música, siempre, siempre. Y me preguntan, ¿cuándo te vas a retirar? Cuando me muera. And then again, don't be surprised if even when I'm laying down in my casket, I'll sit up and start una ranchera. Cuando, nunca, cuando te gusta la música vas a seguirlo hasta que te mueras y aún después de muerto también le vas a seguir. Pues, qué bien, una vez más queremos recordarles, hay un oficio esperándoles. There is a job waiting for you, a career waiting for you. You don't just have to be a law enforcement officer for a couple of years. You can make it a career to retirement. You can retire as early as 38, 40 years, right? Right? So in the meantime, you'll be earning a good salary, good benefits for you, for your family. So today, you can make that dream a reality by going to
The Freeman Coliseum.
Freeman Coliseum.
That's right. It's going to be 3201 East Houston Street.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to be there till 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Today,
Yes.
until 3 p.m.
Yes, sir.
at Freeman Coliseum.
That's right.
Uh-huh. And that's on Houston. And what's the name of that other street that's off 35? In other words, you can go north on IH-35 and exit on what's the name of the street? The Coliseum Drive. And go to Houston Street, and it's right there. Right there. Yeah. You know, the guy that is now the sheriff, when he graduated high school, he decided that he wanted a job, so he started working as a bartender in a hotel, making a lot of money in tips because he always jokes around and everything, you know, and so he got a lot of tips, and sometimes he would make like about $2,000 in 1 week. $2,000 in 1 week. But then he decided, well, no, I want something different. So that's what he decided to go into law enforcement. So instead of $2,000 a week, he was making like about $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
But he was doing something that he had dreamed about, and he knew that there was room for growing professionally and increase your income according to how long you're in there and really try to improve yourself. Well, whoever, every teenager that is watching or listening there, and if you have ever dreamed of becoming a law enforcement officer, because I know a lot of you are afraid of police officers, unfortunately, because some cases, law enforcement officers go in there to arrest a member of your family or a friend or whoever, you know. But they're not gonna go in there and just busting everybody just because they feel like it. There is no quota that you have to fill. But if somebody does wrong, of course, law enforcement has to stop in that, whether it's Bexar County Sheriff or San Antonio Police or whatever. But you keep in mind that if you keep your nose clean, concentrate on a good education, and then you decide that you want a good career, then we recommend that you become a Bexar County Sheriff Deputy. And you can make that happen today simply by going to the career fair, Bexar County Sheriff Career Fair today, right now.
Yes, sir.
Right now. En el Coliseum, ¿verdad?
Yes. And I also, not only to our younger group, but also to older ones. I was walking around the courthouse the other day, and a lady stopped me, and she said, "I'm sorry, but I had to ask, you think I'm too old to join?" And I said, "Absolutely not," without even asking her age. I said, "Absolutely not." She said, "I've always wanted to be a sheriff, but I just didn't think I could." And she said, "I know it's 1.5 miles that I have to run, and the other day I went to the track, and I only got, 1 lap in, and I was tired." And she said, so I did it. And I said, no, especially if you have that desire to want to do it before you can't, before you physically can't anymore. I told her absolutely start with just walking, 30 minutes a day for a week. And then the second week, start by jogging for 30 minutes. And then the third week, then you start from there. You have to set realistic goals and not just think, I'm going to run 1.5 miles in 10 minutes. And then when you go for it and you don't, you get discouraged. But, and I told her about the career fair that was coming up. She said, I still get text messages from, recruiters and things like that. And I said, well, there you go, it's fine. And then stopping and talking to me today, maybe this is it. This is meant to be. And she said, I said, do you have the support of your family? And she said, I do. My husband said, right now I'm a nurse and I make a lot of money. She said, and I would go into making not a lot of money, but I would be doing what I've always wanted to. And I said, well, that's a lot in itself, especially if you have that support from your family, from your significant other, that makes a huge difference in helping you along the way. And
Right.
she said, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. So.
Yeah. I know you have to be 18 years of age,
Yes.
right? 18, 18, but there is no age limit.
Correct.
No age limit. You can be 30, 40, 50, 60 years and still, go to the career fair today at the Coliseum, Joe Freeman Coliseum on Houston Street. Yeah. I asked the sheriff if I can come in. I don't even need a patrol car. Just give me a light. I go in my wheelchair. He said, no, Dad, you're not going in there. Okay.